Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back. How goes it? We're going to hop right on into it tonight. So I was doing a pre-shuffle when I was shuffling the tarot deck, and the Five of Swords and Five of Coins was coming out in reverse. I had the Four of Pentacles and King of Wands in reverse. That was coming out. So, sorry, cleansing my space. I kept hearing conflict resolution, and you are staying away from people that are in their King of Wands energy, meaning that we're going to pull some cards, but anyone that has any negative juju, anyone that's coming in aggressive, anyone that's disrespecting and crossing boundaries, anyone that's crossing your moral compass, anyone that's flighty, not dependable, in and out energy, anyone that is, just not as present as they should be in your relationship or your connections, they are going to be getting the boot, okay? Let's see. I did have to take my microphone and put it in a different spot because I couldn't stand where it was at. So I turned the volume all the way up. I'm hoping that it is good enough for you guys. Okay, so we're going to get an affirmation. All right, Spirit, where's my collective at? What's going on? What is the message? Plug me in. Nope. None of these feel right. All right. Affirmation for the overall energy. Of course, I struggle. I also don't effing quit. Excuse me, that smoke is getting to me from the smudging. All right, so exactly as the affirmation says, of course I struggle. I also don't effing quit. So whatever this is something that I think you're coming out of. I think this is something that has worn you down. This could have been a cycle that you were going through with somebody. And Spirit is just here to remind you that, hey, you may struggle, you may feel down and out, but you don't quit. You're still here. You're still showing up. And that's what you're looking for in whatever connection it is that you're chasing, or whatever it is you're looking for in these people. I don't know. We'll see what the cards have to say. Hang on. I got some stuck stickers. All right. No, we're just going to do two today. You matter, you matter, you matter. When hurt badly, I don't just run. I do what the stars do when the sun comes. Vanish. Oof. So you could be in an energy. Yeah, I think that's what you're doing right now. Any of these people that are just in this energy that you're in, that are not showing up for you, especially at a point in your life where you could be struggling, where you really could be just down and out right now. But you're doing it. You're there. You're showing up for yourself and what you need to be and what have you. But you feel like you just want to run away. You feel like you just want to vanish. But more importantly, out of all of these struggles, you're realizing that you matter. And out of all of these struggles, you're realizing that you don't need these people. And it's very Queen of Swords. It's very Aquarian, Gemini, Libra energy. Just if it's not fitting on your plate of food, you're just going to vanish, okay? I like this energy for you. I think this is wonderful energy to be in. I think you're finally getting your self-worth, and you're learning your self-worth. Psychic. So you could be realizing that you have some psychic ability or some sort of intuitive ability, and you're being asked to protect your energy right now. All right, Spirit. The Black Library. Don't believe everything that you read, okay? So as you're going through this struggle, as you are learning about yourself, the situation, this person, and whatever you're dealing with, again, don't believe everything that you're reading, all right? I think Spirit is asking you, this is a situation where I feel like that it's cyclical, and you might have been doing a lot of research, a lot of the legwork, a lot of the learning, a lot of the bringing knowledge to the table with whatever this was, and saying, hey, and I think, this isn't like, don't believe everything that you read, but Spirit's just kind of giving you a gentle reminder that, you've put in the effort. It's time to put that effort back on yourself, because now you're in a self-transformation, in a self-transformative energy. And you're being asked to connect more with your intuition than with your logical mind. So, as much as you might be in a seeking energy, don't be seeking out information so much as, maybe meditating and going within and getting those downloads in that kind of way. You are an important person, okay? So there is a very much lack of self-confidence right now, and Spirit is here to remind you that you matter. Whatever it is you're reading that's giving you, negative energy or negative, if it's making you feel crappy about yourself, okay, even if you're kind of resonating with it, but if it's making you have a feeling in the pit of your stomach, Spirit is asking you to get rid of that energy and to get rid of whatever it is that you're doing, and put that towards something more constructive. You are an important person. Do you feel like you are no one special and you don't really matter? All right. So you are someone that maybe jumped into relationships, or you could be dealing with someone that jumps in and out of relationships because it is an ego thing. It feeds the ego. It is a self-worth type of thing. I am very much veering towards relationships with this reading. Not that this is a love reading, but there's just someone or something in your life that you are, I think, having, issues with, or you're just learning the kind of crowd that you want to be around, the kind of people that you want around you. And I think you're getting a lot of downloads on this. But I think whatever this was, it hit your self-esteem, it hit your self-worth, it didn't make you feel very good. I feel as though, I'm not saying you're completely healed from this, but I feel like this is something you need to go heal. Maybe some of you need a therapist, or maybe some of you need to go talk to a trusted loved one, or just really start going within a little bit more. But Spirit is here to say you are important. I think the more you balance this out and this energy out within yourself, you will come to see this within yourself. I just heard archetypes might be something that you want to look into to start learning about your energy a little bit more, about your own energy. No guts, no glory. Be brave. Go and do what you want to do. And this wanted to come in reverse, okay? And this is that vanish. So for those of you where this is not a relationship, or, even if this is, something where you want to go start your own business, or if it's, something where you want to go off on your own and do something, whether that's a relationship or a career move or a job, whatever it is, there is a block with that, okay? I think you're running from that. I think when you're, when you're in pain, or when you're hurting, or when you're feeling a sort of way, that emotionally can take a toll on you. And when that kind of toll is being taken, you might just want to really chill. You might want to really sleep and just really hermit yourself out. And Spirit is asking you to try to turn that energy around. Try maybe to work out, do some yoga right now. I know I'm personally on the path of learning about somatic exercises and hip releasing and trauma releasing. Okay, so that could be something that could help you start on your healing path. So you can come out into these situations and start being, more brave and more no guts, no glory kind of attitude. Bottom of the deck, spiritual protection. Call in Archangel Michael to protect yourself, all right? Let's see. I think we're just going to hop in with some tarot tonight. My kiddo has the flu, so I can't make this a very long reading. The sun. Just saw the sun shuffling. That was a big one. Oh well. Ace of Swords. So this is all about information, okay? You're looking for information. I think you're looking for clarity. We have Three of Cups, which is all about community, celebration, getting together with our loved ones and our our friends. We have the High Priestess, that intuitive energy, that psychic energy. I think you're in seek mode. I think you're trying to learn. And look at that. It's funny. We have 13, and these two cards together will both make 13. And then we have 21 on the board. We have a lot of threes, reductions to two. We have 1, 2, and threes. Okay, we have a progression. Your intuition is being sharpened and heightened right now, and you're being asked, again, to be more in touch with your intuitive side. We have the Hierophant, which is all about, honestly, that I feel like you want to have the information and have all of the information and your T's crossed and your I's dotted before you go on this adventure or whatever it is you're wanting to do. So you're looking for clarity, okay? There's a mental stimulation happening right now for you, and this is all happening with you, researching on yourself, okay? Why do I do the things that I do? This is you doing the work, okay? This is you learning, okay? Just be mindful and discerning of the information that you are soaking in. You're doing this work because this is going to help you within your friendships, within your networking, okay? This, not just friendships as, how you get along, but as in, how you emotionally relate and how you're emotionally fulfilled, okay? This is you learning to validate yourself in certain situations, so you're not overly externally looking for external validation. This is you doing the work so you can go back out into the community and do it with an open heart and an open mind, okay? This is you taking all of that work and integrating that. 3 is the number of integration, okay? You are integrating that and what you've learned. We have the High Priestess here. This is you going within. This is you, again, being more emotional. This is you being more of an observer in your relationships and in your situations moving forward, okay? This is you having the knowledge and the wisdom and being able to hold on to these secrets and being able to hold on to your cards and not, losing all your chips at once here. And this is also an inner knowing of, who you are, what you are. You're meant to know certain things, you're meant to do certain things, you're meant to walk a certain path, and at the end of the day that the struggle is worth it. You're an important person, you're going through this because there is a reason for this, and there is a higher calling and a higher purpose. That's the whole purpose of this, okay? You getting that clarity to go back into the world, to teach people, and maybe to help people more on an emotional level, and this is an inner knowing, and you are trying to follow that. Okay, but I think where there is the block is you start to think you don't matter, or maybe you think you don't have all the tools, or maybe you fall back and just get overwhelmed that you don't have just everything that you need in order to make this opportunity what it's supposed to be, okay? I'm seeing a lack of planning here, and Spirit is saying this Hierophant is upright. The Spirit is saying that you have the knowledge, okay? You could be looking to somebody, again, we talked about you may be going and talking to a therapist or a trusted loved one in order to move past this hump or whatever you're going through. This could be that. This could be somebody giving you spiritual guidance. This could be this. I just heard running into somebody that's going to change your life. And I think they're going to change your mindset on how you choose to show up in the outside world. I think that you're going to work on your confidence more, and I think you're going to work on how you communicate more with others, like I said, on an emotional level, and that's going to give you the confidence to be able to come out. I think this is something that you really struggle with, and it causes you to have a lack of self-worth. But at the end of the day, that you matter. You know that you have, I don't want to say these flaws, but these setbacks within yourself that you see as flaws. They are not flaws, okay? They're you're programmed different, and you have a different mode of thinking and a different code of conduct, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think you need to love that and accept that within yourself, so whatever and whoever is around you can also love and accept that. There's a lot about clarity and knowledge, so I'm really getting that. I just, please watch the information. You know what we're going to do, actually? What color is this? That one's that. 13. Look closer to see the truth in a situation and look at it from all perspectives. Just because something is written in black and white, in the news, on social media, written in ancient text, or some book you found in the library, doesn't mean it's the truth. Books are written by people and everyone writes from their own perspective. This card is asking you to question everything you read and see and use your own best judgment as to whether it rings true for you or not. You need to look at a situation from all angles and from everyone's point of view. Question whether someone may be saying something to manipulate a situation for their own purposes. Question what governments are doing. Question what laws are they trying to change. What are hidden agendas. Vote for people in governments who aren't trying to suppress free speech or take away human liberties or freedom. The governments are supposed to be there to serve the people, not the other way around. Is what they're proposing kind to all concerned in every way, which is funny with all the, yucky stuff we have going on in the world right now. But, this is asking you, whatever the situation is, I think you've had to take a good hard look. Like, I think you were looking at this through the lens of, I don't matter. I'm pretty much garbage. I'm not going to go anywhere. I know I'm worth more than that, but every time I try, I get, 2 steps forward. I get 1 step, back, 1 step forward. I get sent 2 steps back. I have a hard time with my emotions. Okay. You could be someone that has a hard time with emotional regulation. Okay. And that, again, I think you get emotionally paralyzed and you don't feel like you can go out into the world. I don't know if, again, the people around you, Spirit is asking you to use your judgment about these people around you or situations around you in order for you to see the clear picture and to have the clarity of as to what's going on. For some of you, you could be trying to get into, I don't say a relationship, but just on a more committed path with somebody, and you're trying to get information. You might be going to other people to get that information, and Spirit's asking you why you're doing that to, also use your judgment, because there's something that you would like a new opportunity with, but because you feel like you don't have all of the info. Again, there's something about information here. You feel like you can't take the steps forward, and Spirit is saying that you do. And if you feel like you don't, you're going to meet someone. Again, this could be an Earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn that's going to be coming into your life to help guide you on the path that you need to be on. Yeah, Ace of Swords. So there's something that's causing you anxiety. There's something, okay, whether it is somebody that you feel is trying to manipulate you, whether you've just been in situations, again, that King of Wands in reverse, people that are just, garbage people. I think that this is that anxiety. You're trying to get clarity. Why is this happening to me? What was this trying to teach me? How is this helping me grow and be a stronger person? You're trying to find the lesson in the blessing type of situation with this. And I think that's, again, a very wonderful energy to be in. Very mental, cerebral energy that you're in right now. But also, intuitive. You're trying to balance your head and your heart. King of Cups, and that is in reverse. So there could have been some manipulation. As I say that, emotional manipulation. There could have been people that, again, you just felt that were not treating you the best around you, okay? These people could have been people that you had a fun time partying with or hanging out with, but when it came down to your emotional well-being, I think that's where people were falling short within these situations, and that's something that's just not going to work for you. So it kind of taught you that you didn't matter. I'm getting that you could have tried to talk and communicate with these people. You could have tried to share your worries or concerns, and maybe they dismissed you, or maybe they just didn't, think of it as what you thought of it. And I once had a old friend of mine say, like, it's not my job to validate you and this and that. Like, I really don't know how I feel about that. Like, if you're in a friendship and you're going to somebody with a hurt or a pain, like, yeah, it is your job to say something, and it is your job. I don't know if validation is the right word for it, but it's your job to somehow, there's some sort of comfort within that. And I had to learn through that friendship and many other friendships that not everyone is emotionally intelligent or, emotionally capable to handle that. Okay. What some people look at, you might be having an emotional, issue, and other people look at that as an emotional burden. And I think those are the kinds of people you're trying to get away from. And don't believe everything you read. This couldn't be just books. This could be also just people. You're trying not to believe everything that you've been told about yourself. And just so that's okay. It's okay to be. I resonate with this energy of being emotional. I get that. 4 of Swords. So yeah. I would say overall, you're in, again, that observer energy. You are down low right now. You are hermiting out. I don't know. I would say that you're definitely isolated, but you're laying low. You're going within. There is, you could be sleeping a lot right now. There's a processing. There's a lot of processing going on. And this processing about whatever this is, I think you've had to, again, whether you had people tell you things or you're reading certain things, like you are processing this situation or this person, you're trying to learn, okay, was this the truth? Was this not the truth? Was this my anxiety telling me this? Was it not? Was this person trying to send me a message? Was it not? Was this dream really telling me a message, or was it not? And I think that's, where we have this water energy and this air energy going through. But you're going through it, not in a bad way, but you're really doing the introspection to really go within. Okay, what is the hidden meaning around all of these things happening? What kind of path this is really pushing me to go and be on? And we have a 4 and a 2. So, this is all stability within your relationships, balanced relationships, and learning the duality within these relationships. We have 4 of Cups in reverse, which is, so it's funny because we have the Ace of Coins in reverse, which is, to me, here is that lack of planning, you being nervous about moving forward because you don't have all the information that you need. Okay, the 4 of Cups is typically someone, that's more introspection, that's more boredom, that's, having everything but going within to see, what else could possibly be out there. But you're coming out of that. So you're going from the 4 of Swords to still being a little bit reserved and a little bit blocked off, but I think your mindset is changing more. You're being more open to the fact that there could be more opportunities. You're learning to be more grateful about certain situations, but this also tells me that it's more of a renewal energy. This 4 of Swords is helping you to, emotionally stabilize here. So you could have been in more that this 9 of Swords, more chaotic energy, and to me, all healing happens in isolation. So you might have had to just really go within and really have a sit and have a think, in order to really balance what was going on within yourself. I need a drink of water, you guys. Hang on. Oof. All right, where are we at? 22 minutes? All right, probably heard me. I gulp so loud. That's not the first time, that's not the last time you will hear that. All right, we got to get this closed out. Let's see. The Star. This is such a progression energy. We have the 9 of Swords, okay? Going with the King of Cups in reverse, okay? We are upset, emotionally upset. We have been emotionally neglected. We have been not treated the kindest or the nicest. And we are taking that and we are learning what this was trying to teach us. And we are trying to find the lessons and go within. And because of that, we are slowly opening ourselves up more to new opportunities, because at the end, we have the Star here, which is all about healing, and that's that true, absolute emotional healing. And I think you're going to learn this, and this is going to happen through, somebody else. I think I'm seeing an older man, okay, for some of you. And for a lot of you, I am seeing a therapist or someone that's going to help you to go within in the situation, okay? At the bottom of the deck, we have Temperance, and I love this energy. All of these cards are very similar, over here. And this is just telling me that you're going to balance. You're alchemizing. This is alchemizing. You're taking, all the shit, the garbage, just the putrid, yucky sewage, and you're turning that into flowers. You're turning that into a beautiful fruit salad. You guys know me. I love my food analogies. I love food, okay? You're turning that into the prettiest cupcakes you could possibly, think to decorate and have. This could be an Aquarius, Taurus dynamic. All right, we do have Earth energy here, and I'm seeing air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. We do have some water, but air and earth is sticking out strong to me. And also when I see air and earth, that tells me that's, air is the mind, and earth is, the practicality, it's the physical. Okay, you're trying to balance that out, and you're really learning your self-worth through all of this. So, you guys are getting there. This is honestly more of a message of encouragement. You matter. You are an important person. I love this energy for you. This is like you're doing the work. Give yourself a pat on the back. You should be really, really proud of yourself. I just saw the glasses charms in here, so taking those rose colored glasses off. All right, so you guys could definitely, I said I saw a man. That's so funny. And here we have literally 3 charms, grandpa, and uncle. Okay, so you guys could have a grandfather or an uncle that is helping you through the situation. This could also be somebody in spirit that's helping you through a situation. There could be children involved, okay? You could have kids. If you have, for some of you that have kids and you're going through this struggle, I think your kids are helping to keep you sane. I think that they're helping you to maintain this childlike attitude. I think your children, you're going to learn a lot through your children. Okay, so your children have a lot to help you through right now. The horse, because this is your freedom. This is that freedom from any of the emotional ties to the people that have been doing you dirty. Okay, we have Leo energy. Okay, you could be a Leo, someone in your energy could be a Leo, but this also just tells me that you're going to be handling the situation with more grace and compassion and empathy and strength. Okay, you're getting stronger and stronger. And we have the key, because this is the key to you opening these doors to all of these new opportunities. Okay, there is somebody that's going to come into your life, whether it's a family member or a gentleman, that is going to be the key to you getting to where you need to be. Okay, if this is not a gentleman, this could be a very wise older woman for some of you. With that key, we have a heart, an arrow with a heart on it. For some of you, that this is a love situation. Okay, you're gonna have clarity on this love situation. Okay, and you're gonna have freedom from this clarity that you're going to get. All right, and that's so fun. And we have a little boy and a little girl. So you guys can have a boy and a girl, but children, we have love written across, and it almost looks like she has like a nurse's cross on her head. It's not, they're just like little ponytails. But children are important here. I think you're going to be finding or meeting somebody that's going to you're going to be able to be your childlike self around. I think that, for those of you that family could be just really, really strong for you. Family, you could lean on family for support, or family could be the very people that you're trying to, get away from. And for some of you, but I think for most of you, for this message, that, kids is something that's going to help you. I just had a message for some of you that you might be newly finding out that you are pregnant and you are a little bit nervous because there's a lack of planning. But again, don't stress it. There's no such thing as a perfect time. No such thing as perfect timing with absolutely anything. So just, do you, boo-boo. Go for it. And yeah, that is that. So let's get some astro dice. Some zodiacs and life paths for some extra confirmation for you guys. All right. We have 8, life path 8, life path 4, and life path 1. Doop. And you could be a Cancer, a Pisces, or an Aquarius. All right, you guys, that is all I have for you. Until next time, ciao, ciao.